entertainment live stream. I'm out here heading into the office. Wow, that was some awesome timing. I'm only talking about this Cam Newton situation because it meant enough that I got a couple of text messages today with people. One was a group chat or group text with people reacting to Cam being released. And I had one thought on it, but as I just got in the car, I just heard something from I just heard a segment from Colin Cowherd that this all came down to COVID-19 and the vaccination ordeal that we've been going through, in this country. Whatever side you are in that argument, that's ultimately what tripped up Cam Newton here. And just as a quick aside, I'm so confused. I'm so confused on what the sports world is even doing, along with everything else. But I'm so confused with what the sports world is even doing on COVID. Because, for instance, a quick boxing note, not actually talking about boxing and analysis and in the ring and whatnot, but just strictly as it relates as boxing in terms of COVID. So there's a fight that's been ordered by one of the sanctioning bodies in boxing. But one thing that they ordered, along with telling the people to make the fight happen, the sanctioning body has mandated that the two fighters be vaccinated. And I'm sitting here like, well, how in the hell can you tell? What authority does a sanctioning body in boxing have to tell fighters you have to get vaccinated to have this fight, to be able to fight? Regardless of how I feel about vaccinations or whatever my choice was, I'm just baffled that was a part of the decision, and that you could come out and say, well, you got to have this fight, but you also have to get vaccinated. That threw me for a loop. But so here with as we get back to the Cam Newton situation, watching it from afar, I didn't even fully understand what his issue was, or what the issue was, and how it involved COVID-19 and testing and the vaccination. So looking at this CBS article, this CBS Sports article, Cam went to a team-approved medical appointment. While he was at that, for some reason, he took a COVID test that wasn't administered at a NFL facility. So regardless whether he tested positive or wasn't positive or whatever, simply because this test was administered away from an NFL facility, this put him into the NFL's COVID protocol program or whatever, and caused him to miss this week of practice. And I'm like, that's what this is all about? I mean, regardless if he tested positive or not, just because where he took the test created an issue? Okay. Now, my last thought on what I was saying with the boxing thing, if two fighters are vaccinated and one of them has a positive test or test positive, say 6 or 7 weeks out from the fight, do they still move forward with the fight simply because that person was vaccinated but got infected and then got over it? Because previously, if you tested positive, the fight was over. They just canceled the fight. So what are they doing now? Like, what does being vaxxed or not being vaxxed have to do with the decision? Like I said, I just don't know. And I'm just trying to talk through it out loud. But and here again with the with the players in the NFL, if you get vaccinated, it's somehow I don't really understand how that factors into it. But okay. So anyway, looking at Cam on the field, my whole first take before I heard what Colin Cowherd was talking about, he's alleging that the whole situation wouldn't that have been HIPAA protected, but he's saying that the New England Patriots leaked this situation and that it was COVID related. They leaked that on purpose to set it up to move on from Cam Newton. And this clearly was a misstep by him because he isn't vaccinated. But again, if he was vaccinated and he went and did the test, what difference did that make? But anyway, this was looked at as hurting his reliability for being available for the team and whatnot. And then with him missing this week of practice, this was the last straw, and they made the decision to go in the other direction. Now, before I knew all of that, my thinking was, if I just didn't see anything magical happening for Cam on the field. And then in defense of that, you really don't know what a team is doing for its preseason anyway. I mean, the teams that are squared away in the key positions, they don't really even do nothing with their first string offense except for maybe like one game, the second game or something. They let them run 2 or 3 series. I did see some teams with only being 3 preseason games. I did see some teams running the number 1 unit for the first half instead of just a handful of just a couple of possessions. I did see that. But here with Cam Newton, the problem at the end of the day, the situation is this. If you're a quarterback and the team is not tailored and built around what you do, 100%. If it's not tailored to what you do, if the whole staff, if their collective effort is not built around putting you as the starting quarterback in a position to win, you are expendable at any moment. And this team was never built around Cam Newton specifically. It wasn't. And then while I'm saying that, I don't even know why I got these text messages earlier, because why did we even care if Cam Newton is on his team? Because Cam Newton is the weapons and the skill guys, offensively speaking, are not there for him to even do anything there. So why is it important that he be in Fox? Anyway, looking at the head-to-head comparison, a lot of guys or some of the talking heads are saying, well, Cam Newton is inaccurate. Cam Newton was 2% less accurate than what the youngster Mac Jones is. Mac Jones is almost 69% completions. Cam Newton is like 67. Cam Newton has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mac Jones is 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Mac Jones has like 329 passing yards total. Cam Newton has like 120 something passing yards total. When it's that close in production at that position, you're probably gonna lose your job. I mean, they probably gonna go with the younger guy. Like, what is the upside of going with Cam Newton? Cam Newton is not going to sit back there at this stage in his career. He's not going to sit back there and operate from the pocket and beat teams with his arm and what's going on between his ears. That's not Cam Newton's game. And then furthermore, he's too far long for him to sit out there and go and make plays and put his body on the line to get key first downs, to extend drives, sit there and make game-winning plays, and then be available the next week. So if you're only a big hit away from having to go to the young guy, who is very close in his production, at the beginning of the season, it would make sense to just go with the young guy. I mean, it's to me, this is no big deal. I mean, it's a raw deal for Cam, but that's been football for the last 25, 30 years I've been watching it. So I don't know why everybody was up in arms today because Cam was let go. And shout out to my man LaTorres Harrison of the Conceited Nobody channel. His issue is the timing, and I get that. We got a season starting in what, next weekend? And so, you know, it doesn't give Cam a chance to go anywhere. I think the timing is excellent because on week 1, I guarantee you, on week 1, by halftime, it's going to be a handful of teams that already know we got the same shit at quarterback that we had last year. Did nothing pan out in the draft for us. We don't have anything, you know, we don't have anything in the pipeline at that position. Let's reach out to. So in my humble opinion, now that Cam is pounding the pavement looking for locations, he can sit back and pick and choose and keep an idea of, you know, where the opportunity could present itself. Minnesota. Good chance to be in Minnesota, and you got a playmaker there. Houston might be a situation. Washington could be a situation. Miami could be a situation. It's a couple, you know, it's 4 or 5 of them that he should be taking a look at. So it's just football to me. I'm not all that bent out of shape, and I'm a Cam Newton guy. His MVP season, even though I'm not a Carolina Panthers fan, my team was stinking at the time in Washington. 2015, I believe it was, when he had the 15-1 season and the MVP. That was one of the funnest seasons, right next to the greatest show on turf, St. Louis Rams. That was one of the funnest individual seasons, and that was a team thing in St. Louis. Cam in Carolina was one man going out there and just making it work. And I thought it was awesome. So I'm a Cam guy. But looking at the situation here with New England and looking at the quarterback position in general, it's the most important position in all the sports. And the face of the football team is not only the face of the franchise, it makes that city relevant. Or in Carolina's situation, it made North Carolina relevant as a football town. I mean, that year when they did the breakaways to show the highlights during the games, you had to be in your seat to see what Cam did. How did he celebrate the touchdown? Who did he get a football away to? Did he run it in? Did he run somebody over? Did he pass it? What did he do? It was must-see TV. So here in this situation, for us to sit out here as the public and weigh in on it, I mean, it's a much bigger discussion than whatever we might want to think. You know, the ideal situation for every NFL team, and I know Cam didn't have a big money contract. I know Cam only had, $3.5 million guaranteed or something, and then probably some incentives. But the ideal situation for every team is to have a young quarterback that they're paying nothing, and in year 3 of that cheap period, that inexpensive period with that quarterback, in year 3, can you be a Super Bowl contender? That's the ideal situation. So with Mac Jones coming in and showing that he could produce, whether he was playing against the 2s or the 3s, with him showing that he could be effective, New England was like, let's get started with the process. How can we get to a situation that in year 2, in year 3, the way that we play defense around here, the way that we manage games and get W's, hell, in year 2, we might be able to be in the AFC Championship game or in the Super Bowl. So let's go that direction. Like I said, with Cam, I'm not no X and O guy. I'm not no QB guru. I'm not none of that. Not trying to say that. I just didn't see a perfect marriage of player and system and coaching staff. I didn't see that. And I'm sorry, when you over 30 years old, when you over 32 years old, and you're not the face of the team, you don't have, the team doesn't rally around you, you're just expendable. They can move on from you at any second. I'm sorry. And that's why it disappointed me so much when I looked at Cam in that Super Bowl, and throughout parts of that game, he kind of played lackadaisical. And when he had that fumble late in the game, in that when he got sacked, and he kind of didn't go, he didn't sell out to poke his head in there and recover that fumble to try to salvage that drive. I was like, brother, this is the end for you. Like, the team was all in the Cam Newton business for 4 or 5 years. The whole system was built around Cam. Everything was you. They got you here to the big moment, to the big game. Y'all came up short, and the team is gonna move on. That's how it works. I mean, if they sit here in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, and the team has already made a deal to be able to move on at the end of this season, and they have Aaron Rodgers, I mean, one of the top 3 quarterbacks, maybe the most talented guy to ever throw a ball. If they're sitting here ready to move on from him just because it's time, then what are we sitting here talking about today with Cam Newton? Like, you're not even in the same discussion with Aaron Rodgers at this point in time. So you think we're surprised that they released this dude? It is what it is. But like I said, I wouldn't totally be. It's not a total loss for Cam Newton. Again, you can sit here over the next couple of weeks. A lot of it's going to be a few teams that are like, we got to move on. We ain't got nothing going on with Kirk Cousins. Hell, Atlanta, we don't have nothing new going on with Matt Ryan. Whatever the plan is down in Houston, whatever they're gonna do with Tua Tagovailoa and or bringing in Deshaun Watson, if that doesn't happen, whatever Ryan Fitzpatrick, whenever he starts throwing the ball to the other team, some of these teams are gonna have to make a move. And Cam, he'll be on the sideline with a chance to potentially step in and make something happen. And that's about the best you can ask for. So anyway, let me get ready to get out of this car, man. We'll see who goes, who starts talking about this situation in terms of white privilege, white quarterback, black quarterback, Mac Jones, whatever. I ain't got no time for none of that shit. It's an unfortunate situation, and I think it's very consistent with how New England goes about its business. So I was shocked that Cam ever went there in the first damn place, to be honest. And it, like I said, it always seemed like a forced relationship. I don't think I've ever even seen Cam. And then another thing before I do get off here. The last thing that started letting me know this shit was coming to an end, and it's something petty, it's something simple. But when I saw Cam Newton walking around on the sideline, it was just a little highlight I saw on Instagram or something. But it was Cam Newton was trying to give Mac Jones a high five. I guess he threw a touchdown pass or something. And Cam was walking behind him, just like Donovan McNabb and T.O. in Philadelphia. But he was walking behind him like, you gonna give me this high five. And it just was like, it was unbecoming for a starting quarterback. And it's like you just starting to be a sideshow here. You kind of losing your place as the leader of the team and all that stuff. And I just felt like at that point, something was gonna happen. But this whole situation going back to the COVID protocol, vaccination, unvaccinated, all that, I don't know. None of it makes any sense to me. Like a lot of the whole situation with COVID-19 and vaccinations and whatnot, but good luck to the league with that. Let me get on out of here. Have a great day. Peace.